Hello and welcome to FUtube. First up this week, we're dealing with cockroaches. I think we all know who the FU is from. But we also got one from Roger, who for 15 years was the happy owner of a sturdy Bosch dishwasher. As you can see though, something went wrong.
Hi there FUtube. You caught me doing the washing up.
Because the new Bosch dishwasher that he bought stopped working in under 2 years. And Roger paid $90 for an authorised repairer to tell him that the dishwasher controller wasn't working due to cockroach damage. The Bosch warranty specifically excludes damage by insect attacks.
Now it's exploded! 3 different chunks of players.
Roger wasn't happy with that.
And of course, we don't have any cockroaches in our kitchen.
But he says quite rightly,
We probably have as many cockroaches as any regular domestic kitchen does.
fair point. Cockroaches are found virtually everywhere in Australia. Even this week, here.
Beautiful. Referee checking with consumer law.
Good call. Of course, the consumer law says goods must be of acceptable quality, and that includes being reasonably durable. Sometimes things aren't as durable as you'd... Depends on the circumstances. But a $1,000 dishwasher shouldn't pack it in after less than 2 years in a typical home, and it should be able to handle the odd cockroach infringement. But not according to Bosch. They sent us 2 letters. The first just blamed their loyal customer. They said the dishwasher wouldn't have failed
if Mr. Quinn kept the area where he operated his dishwasher clean and safe.
That's this guy they're talking about, not this guy. But the next day, Bosch withdrew that letter and sent us a new official response.
From 15 June 2015, BSH will remove the reference to insect or rodent attacks.
Now, in both letters, Bosch say that they will now replace Roger's dishwasher.
As
a gesture of goodwill.
Gesture of goodwill is fairly typical corporate spin. In Roger's case, it's BS. H, code for we were wrong, but we won't admit it, which is what Bosch said twice, very unconvincingly. So will the new Bosch warranty mean that claims like Roger's won't just be dismissed in future? Bosch refused to say. They also refused to say if customers who've already been knocked back wrongly, like Roger was, will get a gesture of goodwill themselves. But if your appliance isn't of acceptable quality, don't let Bosch or anyone Roger you. Just like suppliers, manufacturers are also liable under the consumer law if their products aren't of acceptable quality. And even when companies like Bosch make things more difficult than they should be, it's always worth a try.
Great origin try!
Bosch aren't the only ones who are better at taking customers' money than giving it back.
FUtube, free trials, credit cards, and bloody banks. What an unholy trinity that is.
Terry found that giving Quick Flicks the flick after a 6-week free trial was hard because in the rego process he had to set up a direct debit on his credit card.
They said the bank had no authority to cancel direct debit payments on a credit card. It seems the bank was on the side of businesses such as Quick Flicks and not on the side of credit card holders.
In Australia, about $20 billion a day is moved by direct debit, but cancelling them is annoying and complicated. Is this just another example of the banks doing a job on us? Terry is basically asking the same question that Zoe did about electronic transfers.
What the hell is going on?
Well, it all depends if the direct debit is paid by credit card or from a bank account. Unfortunately, if you're paying by credit card, Terry, the bank is right. Money Smart says that direct debits by credit card need to be cancelled in writing. And it's best to send something to both the merchant and the credit card provider. Westpac says that cancelling in writing isn't strictly necessary for Visa and MasterCard, although it is for Amex. So if you need to cancel urgently, it may be worth calling first. But with credit cards...
Well, it's complicated.
So, keep your own record of the cancellation too. Direct debits from bank accounts should be simpler. For ordinary accounts, banks are obliged to promptly process cancellations, and they're not allowed to direct you elsewhere first, which sounds like the banks aren't being...
A pack of massive...
Unfortunately though, surveys show that you'll only get the correct information from bank staff about 1/3 of the time. They're just as likely to tell you that direct debits can't be cancelled by a bank and that you have to contact the business directly, which is wrong. So in practice, they are still
Being a pack of massive
So there you go, Terry. The bottom line is that to be sure about stopping your direct debits and to make it easier for yourself if there's a dispute, the best thing is to send at least one letter. Maybe even two. Our last item on FUtube comes from a viewer who, quite frankly, just phoned it in.
This is Australian Taxation Office. As we have registered a criminal case against you, please make sure that you give us a call back as quick as possible to get any further information. It's extremely serious and time sensitive.
Shit! They know. Chaz, pack the bag! Obviously, that's not the real Australian Taxation Office. It's a scam, and surprisingly as it may seem, some people have been taken in by it. Now, there are a few telltale signs that it's a scam, like the real Australian Taxation Office would never say,
Have a blessed day.
but these scammers are very sophisticated and they cunningly disguise the real reason they're contacting you, which is to ascertain your information.
The reason we're trying to contact you is to ascertain your information.
Now, there are more details about this scam and other scams like the false invoicing one, which Kirsten and Zoe mentioned last week, on the ACCC's Scam Watch website. It gives clear, practical info about what to do if you encounter a scam. In this case, they say that if you get a call from someone claiming to be from the tax office, you should just hang up, which, funnily enough, is what I do when the real tax office calls. Good night.